What's good, G-Life? It's your boy, MC Shadow, back at you with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and are subscribed to the channel. It's absolutely free. That is how you help my channel get into the algorithm. Highly appreciate if you go ahead and do that. Don't forget to check out my second channel, Man Society M.O.D. That's Man Society M.O.D. is where we go live and pretty much talk about everything and anything. Now, what I wanted to discuss, I know it's late, just getting out of work, but wanted to do this video before, I forget, right? Now, I did a video on my other channel, right, regarding of why do I feel like the younger Chicano generation gravitates more to what's the black culture, right? And, a lot of people, voicing their opinions on there, right, and giving their perspectives and whatnot, right? And I seen this one comment, right, and it had said that they don't understand why, like, the older individuals trip on the younger generation, right, when it comes to, like, this new music, right, or how they carry themselves when all the oldies are sang by, black individuals, or the old school funk is all by, black individuals as well, right? It's just that new generation, new sound. So, that's all that there is, right? And, to that, I'll say this, like the older generation, right? An individual had tapped in, right? He said, well, you don't see them behaving like those, like saying the N word or, trying to like be like them, right? And to that, I'll say, well, how many times did you hear the N word being said in oldies or in old school funk? Like, like the old school sound. Like, how many times was the N word being said, though? You feel me? Or how many times was the N word being said in oldies? And that's the thing. It's never said in oldies, And that's the reason why these individuals never grew up saying the N-word. You know what I mean? Because I guarantee you, if their music was, like the oldies and the old school funk, if they were to be saying the N-word, these individuals would most likely be saying the N-word as well. And that's just the facts of things, right? That's just, humans, right, in general, right? We tend to be influenced by, people around us, our peers, right, wanting to fit in, wanting to, be like, we know what's up and like everybody else, right? The same reason why, mostly you and all your friends will probably listen to the same music or like similar stuff, right? Why skaters, hang out with skaters, or rockers hang out with rockers, or, people that hear rap hang out with people that hear rap, right? But that tends to be, how people interact, how people mingle with their fellow peers, right? It's rare that you'll have a case where, two people are completely opposite, but they're like, like really close homies, right? I mean, it does happen, but I'm saying it's rare. Now, so individuals, wanting to fit in and stuff like that, and, like everybody else wanting to be a part of the crowd, you get individuals that behave in this manner and, tend to, let what's popping, what's trending influence them, right? It's kind of like even when people say, like, for example, I'm going to use one like Mr. Capone. People use this one on Mr. Capone, like, right? They're saying that he's a wannabe and that he's not real because of how he carries himself, like, but he grew up with raza, you know what I mean? Or like this, other individuals that are black that grow up around Hispanics, right? And, and tend to be, influenced by Hispanics, right? Or raza that grows up around blacks, right, tends to be more influenced by their culture, right? That's just how it happens. It's not that these individuals are being fake or they're losing their culture or that they don't know what's up. Like I said, when you're growing up amongst your peers, right, you're gonna tend to be influenced by what they're doing, what they're hearing, and how they carry themselves, But that doesn't mean that you're trying to be fake, right? Because, like I said, you're being raised, up with these individuals that you think that this is just the way it is, that this is not normal. It's not like this individual's having an identity crisis and is trying to fake it, right, by adopting somebody else's culture. Like I said, because this all happens when they're young, kids, right? So they don't think that they're doing anything wrong, right? Or for them to be planning this or anything like that, right? Like it just happens, they're just growing up amongst these individuals and feel like, nothing's out of the norm, nothing's different, right? That's just the way it is, especially if they're being out there, running around with, gangs and shit like that, right? Most likely them and their parents are not, they don't have any good communication with each other, right? There's no real communication between them, right? And that's the reason why they're from the streets, you know. Neglection, right? And then they find comfort, out here with these individuals because they know their struggles, right? So, you know, them and their families aren't having, conversations about their cultures and being taught about the culture. So therefore, they grow up, adopting these people's culture, but not because they're trying to fake it, right? But they just don't feel like they're doing anything wrong, right? Like it just happens, But I think people let the internet buzz get to them, right? And then they come on here and be like, "Oh, these individuals are fake, or they're not real," or they say shit like don't act like you weren't influenced by your fellow peers. Don't act like if you weren't doing what they were doing. That's how people grow up. That's what happens. That's just how people interact. So don't act like you weren't influenced by your crowd, because you were. I guarantee you. That's just human behavior. But overall, I just wanted to touch on that, right? And give my 2 cents about those comments. But what are your thoughts? Leave it in the in the comments and shut up.